Back in the days of covered wagons, cross-country travel was a difficult, dangerous, and slow activity, with just a couple of major routes followed by most settlers moving westward. Natural landmarks were important guideposts on those old trails, and Scotts Bluff in Nebraska was a very important one to the travelers along the California, Oregon, and Mormon trails. Rising some 800 feet above the surrounding prairie lands, the bluff is visible from many miles away. We explored Scotts Bluff and some of the surrounding area along the North Platte River, and rather than use a covered wagon, we chose our Volkswagen Tiguan for the job of traveling to, from, and around the region. And unlike most of the migrating settlers, we were heading eastbound along the Western Scenic Historic Byway rather than toward the west. Scotts Bluff is now protected as a national monument, and the surrounding 3,000 acres of parklands contain numerous exhibits and educational features explaining the history of the area and its importance as a travel corridor. Between 1841 and 1869, more than 350,000 people made the westward trek past the bluff. And today you can walk some of the original Oregon Trail, as well as enjoy living history presentations about wagon travels through the area. A drive up the Serpentine Summit Road will yield panoramic views of the surrounding prairies and badlands, as well as the town of Scotts Bluff, Nebraska. In the Visitors Center, you'll find the story of the Western Migration chronicled, along with exhibits on geology and paleontology of the region, and a display of the works of famed photographer and artist William Henry Jackson. Some 20 miles east of Scotts Bluff, near Bayard, Nebraska, another landmark formation rises over the prairie. The spire of Chimney Rock rises approximately 325 feet over the same trails along the North Platte River, and is designated as a National Historic Site administered by the Nebraska State Historical Society. A visitor center here provides information on the history of Chimney Rock and more on the Oregon, California, and Mormon trails. Farther east, the formations of the Courthouse and Jailhouse Rock stand sentinel over the old trails. Our last stop on this trip was in Ogallala, a town with a wild history that was once known as the Gomorrah of the Plains. As you'd expect from that reputation, Boot Hill is a crowded and colorful place. Throughout our travels along the old western trails, our Volkswagen Tiguan was a great travel partner, providing accurate handling, a well-controlled ride, and strong performance. The air conditioning kept us cool through some hot, humid weather, and the seats were supportive and comfortable through many hours in the saddle. We sure had it a lot easier than all those folks who traveled these routes in days gone by.
Stay right where you are. We'll be back in just